Tonight we have made our way to Country Club Hills, to Hillcrest High School, a school with a lot of basketball tradition, full of character, school spirit, and determination. Thornton Fractional North takes on the Hillcrest Hawks.
My name is L'Oreal. I'm a junior at Hillcrest High School, and you're watching the Game of the Week on the U.
And we welcome you inside the gym at Hillcrest High School for tonight's Game of the Week on the U. TF North taking on Hillcrest. Welcome everybody, I'm Jim Blaney. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are now getting down to the last couple of weeks of the regular season in boys high school basketball in Illinois. The pairings are out, teams know where they're going to be playing in the state tournament, but there's still matters of finishing up those last couple of conference games, and Hillcrest comes into this game tonight still with a chance of earning a share of their conference championship. And joining me tonight for the game are my Hall of Fame partners. To my left, Kenny McReynolds, and to my right, the coach, Rick Malnati. And Rick, for TF North, not the season they were planning on this year, but you have that redeeming opportunity when you get to the state tournament of maybe getting on a roll. And if TF North is going to get on a roll, it might be a good time to start tonight behind Devontae Hall.
Well, they're a young team, and Devontae, their leading scorer, is only a sophomore, leads them in assists, leads them in scoring. He's a transfer from Orr High School. He's kind of taken TF North by storm, and he needs to have a big game tonight for them to be successful.
Meanwhile, for Hillcrest, no dearth of success for them over the years, Kenny. In fact, they went through a stretch that ended a couple of years ago where they won almost 3 decades worth of conference championships in a row. Still have a chance to get that done, but they're looking at the bigger picture, and Kenton Wright is one of the many guys that might be able to get them there.
Yeah, I tell you what, Kenton Wright, what a ball player, Jim. He's only a junior, but he's a 3-year varsity player. You cannot beat experience. They're going for that magical number 20 today. If they're going to get it, Wright's going to have to really step up and have a big ball game.
And they have one loss in the conference, and if Oak Forest somehow loses a game between now and the end of the season, Hillcrest will once again find themselves as conference champions. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups, we'll have the opening tip as we get ready for the Game of the Week on the U. It's TF North and Hillcrest coming up next. And we are just about set to get underway here tonight in Country Club Hills, TF North and Hillcrest. The players that are going to jump center are in the center circle. That would be Kaji Branch for TF North and Jacoby Hetty for Hillcrest. Everybody's getting their uniform shirts tucked in. Not like that's a new rule or anything.
Okay, now we got a little
okay, now
this
this is very interesting because that's Marquise Irving for Hillcrest. He's being double teamed off of the tip.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something. You might need 3 or 4 more guys. He will be the best running back in Illinois high school football next fall.
And
He might have been the best football player this fall.
All right, so now we're underway, and TF North will control the opening tip. The Meteors come in having won 12 out of 26 this year. They'd love to get a victory in this one tonight. They'll get off the first shot of the game, but unable to hit. Fall away on the second shot. That won't go. They get 2 offensive rebounds to start out. Julius Bird, a 3-pointer. TF North strikes first.
Boy, he was wide open, coach. You cannot leave a guy that wide open.
And that's their best 3-point shooter, and Julius showed why.
You know, talking to Tim Banks before the ball game, he said that his team is young, but his best player, as you take a look at the starting lineup, his best player was eligible all year. He said he lost 16 points and 12 rebounds.
Well, they're young. Both of these teams are young.
By the way, it was Jacoby Hetty, number 5, who picked up the foul as TF North is showing pressure. Marquise also catches the football and the basketball pretty well. He gets fouled going to the hoop. Jarvis Booker with the foul.
He looks like a running back that could get out of the backfield and catch the ball. He looks like a wide receiver.
I tell you what, that was open field speed.
I had the pleasure of calling his and Hillcrest's playoff game against St. Lawrence in the first round last fall. He had about 180 yards of total offense on 2 plays called back on holding calls. And he had a 95-yard punt return. I'm telling you, folks, he's an amazing player. He's already got 20 offers, and there are going to be more to come.
Well, Don Houston said everybody in the Big Ten except for Ohio State has offered him so far for football.
And he'd be a perfect replacement for J.K. Dobbins, by the way. So Tim Bankston calls a timeout as Hillcrest also opens up on a press.
Yeah, they couldn't get the ball in bounds.
You hate to burn a timeout this early, but Hillcrest was all over him with great man-to-man pressure.
Tim Bankston has had some great years at TF North, of course. He is out of the Bob Hambrick coaching tree at Simeon, and he's well over 300 wins on his career.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, on the other side for Hillcrest, Don Houston, what a job he has done. And this goes back before Don was here, but they have won 30 of the last 31 conference titles they have played for.
Wow.
That's amazing. That's an amazing streak. And what a great day for Don today. His son is the only senior in the starting lineup, Jaden. And when they did senior night before, he must have had 50 people gathered on the court. This looks more like a football game than a basketball game. Everybody's going long.
Devontae Hall with the basketball for TF North. Hall will work a little switch with Bird.
Hillcrest keeping that ball sided, not letting him get to the middle.
Down into the low post, and that'll be a foul on Jaden Houston.
Yeah.
Jaden Houston, the only senior for Hillcrest, and he's in the starting lineup today.
Yeah, and what he did there, Jim, and Coach, he reached in, and once you reach around, that whistle will blow.
Well, he played behind him on the post, and best post defense is don't catch the ball, and he let him catch it.
Hawks run, pull-up jumper, opening bucket of the night by Kenton Wright.
Like Kenny said at the start, Kenton Wright's no stranger to starting. He's been a 3-year starter. Not many guys start all 4 years in high school. A lot of experience, even though they're young on Hillcrest.
Hetty with the block, TF North will keep it. Little drive by Jarvis Booker, open three-pointer, and that one down the bottom of the drain by Devontae Hall.
We have to get out and close out. You can't leave him open like that.
And that's why he leads them in scoring. It looked good coming out of the sophomore's hands.
Top 2 three-point shooters for TF North have the opening 2 baskets. Off balance, shot by Irving, and a nice foul and a rebound and a stick back by Hetty.
And that's the way you draw it up with a heading. He never brought the ball down. He kept it up above the rim, tipped it right back in.
Drive and a stop by Bird.
Good shot, fake.
Hall couldn't hit. Ball rattles around, and it is finally pulled down by Booker. Tied at 6. Only three-pointers so far for TF North, and that one rattles off the back of the iron by Hall.
Both these teams don't waste any time getting the ball up on the basket.
Three-pointer from the corner for Hillcrest. They can't hit. And getting his own rebound and driving baseline and stepping on the baseline was Kenton Wright.
Yeah, Wright went for the shot after he knew that shot was going to be short, because when you shoot it, you know if it's going to be short or not. So he goes right to the boards, but he stepped out of bounds. Always have to know where you are on the court. I know it's easier said than done, but you have to have that court recognition.
TF North is doing a terrible job of getting open against this man-to-man pressure. They're kind of standing, not making a hard move, and they're bringing all 5 guys into the half court, which actually makes it a little easier to guard.
And after the turnover, Hillcrest will try and get an easy 2. What a block by Justin Atoibe, who just came into the game. He absolutely stuffs Julius Rollins.
I'm not sure if it wasn't the rim that stuffed him.
Let's see. A little bit of both.
Back to live action. Devontae Hall, bucket and 1.
Well, that's what Hillcrest is going to give up if they're going to play this much tenacious defense on the full court. You got to look deep.
Yeah, I think TF North will have to look deep.
Got to.
Because you can get these layups if they continue this half-court, full-court pressure. This half-court pressure, just look long, and you'll have a layup.
Well, that's a signature of Hillcrest. Whether they're guarding full court man or full court in a zone press or half court in a 1-3-1, they're always going to look to pressure the basketball.
The and 1 gives TF North a 3-point lead. Atoibe clears the glass, and here come the Meteors again. Devontae Hall. Both of these teams bringing it on defense so far. Julius Bird. That is a two-pointer that rattles off the front of the iron. Hillcrest able to clear the glass. That's Rollins. Rollins double-teamed, had the ball knocked away. Hall will go up, had his shot blocked, and he got fouled. And we have all sorts of whooping going on, too.
Yeah, little bit of whooping going on. This is a very intense atmosphere. Here it is again. They're going to come in with a nice block, but too much body on the arm.
Already 4 team fouls on Hillcrest.
Tell you what, Rollins made a great block, but a little bit too much arm, too much body. He got him on the arm.
Hall's the best free throw shooter that TF North has, and he's 2 of 2 already in this game. Don Houston will go to his bench and bring in Javery Johnson. Now, the reason why I so emphatically pronounce Javery Johnson, he's the young man for Hillcrest that helped me with all the pronunciations before the game. He said, make sure you get Javery Johnson right.
Okay. Well, the pace of this ball game, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of substitutions.
And we see a lot of free throws, too.
Let's see if Don Houston runs that sideline break again like he did on that last free throw. It got him a layup. They just run, advance it down. They didn't get it that time. They were looking for it.
Yeah.
Hall has 8 of the 11 TF North points. TF North gets a little bit out of position on defense, and they get bailed out on a nice job of taking a charge.
Looked more like a travel than a charge to me.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a travel, but I guarantee you that they'll take the offensive foul over the travel. Here it is again. It looks like the travel, but it isn't an offensive foul, but he traveled first.
They're just grabbing.
Yeah.
Anytime a ref sees a shirt kind of get tugged, you know they're going to get, that's an automatic foul.
That one will be on Javery Johnson. It's like watching soccer. All of a sudden, that'll be a travel.
He stepped over
the end line.
Yeah. That's why when you teach kids when they take the ball to bounce to be 3 feet behind the end line, so you can fake a pass without falling over.
Now
he's standing 1 foot in front.
Right there.
Can't fake a pass there then if you're there. You got to stand 3 feet behind the end line.
3-pointer from the corner. That one is off. Nice job of boxing out that time by the TF North defenders, including Bird, who got the rebound. TF North up by 5, looking for more. Meteors have not looked like a 12-14 team in this first quarter so far. They make their lead 7 as they continue to attack the basket. Devontae Hall continues to pile up the points.
Boy, nice job by Hall, creating his own shot off the dribble.
Well, they're leaving Devontae Hall up there like on an island. The guy guarding him is by himself. Nobody's helping.
I'm telling you what, Marquise Irving, maybe the best football-basketball combo we've seen since Antoine Randall, who played in this area back in the 90s. Get another loose ball foul.
Well, he reminds me of a young, healthy Kenny McReynolds.
Oh, come on. He's a lot better looking. He's a lot better looking.
You didn't have 20 Division I offers, including 13 of 14 Big Ten teams, my friend.
I had 300 for track. Remember.
I don't think there were 300 schools around when you were when Harvard just started.
Irving trapped in the backcourt, and he gets
no timeout.
Did he step? No, timeout called by Don Houston. And he is not happy with the lack of help that Irving had coming into the backcourt.
Yeah, because he was just about to get the backcourt violation. And remember, the coach from the bench can call the timeout. The player does not have to call it. And Coach Houston was very upset because he didn't have any help.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Hillcrest's years so far, because even though they're a junior-laden team, they were predicted to be a top 10 team in the state. Hasn't worked out like that the whole year, but part of the reason is because Marquise Irvin was playing football and he came back, and he's the leader of the team.
And they were around for a while in the playoffs. Because remember, in football, if you get to the quarterfinals, that means guys are going to start missing basketball.
Yeah.
Another foul in the inbound, and that is on Devontae Hall. And then if your guys play in the state championship, they miss your first game, they miss the Thanksgiving tournament.
That really screws up the basketball season because it takes a while to get the guys assimilated. You know, they're in football shape, but they're not in basketball shape. Then you feel like you got to give them a couple weeks off. Probably be good for the state to get rid of football.
Wow, that is such a basketball coach statement. Jacoby Henny with the finish.
All Hetty had to do was throw that in. He got set up perfectly. Look at that defense.
Look at this.
Irving to the basket, couldn't hit. Rebound by Bird.
It's like getting to the end zone, but fumbling on the one.
He is so fast, it's unbelievable. And I was going to say the scoring barrage continues. Hall had that online, just short.
Hall's an impressive-looking sophomore.
Julius Rollins looking for the tie. Little strong. Boy, nice job on the glass by Atoibe. Stolen away again. Up the floor. Irving. He'll tie it. And now have a chance to go to the line to take the lead.
Boy, and he used that football strength to get that off because he was hit. Watch how he's hit as he goes to the basket. Here's your quick steal. So you just throw it down to Irving. Now watch the contact. Here's your contact. He's so strong. That's that football strength. He's able to get that up despite the contact. Boy, look at the fast hands. Now watch the contact coming right here. See the contact? A lot of guys would never have gotten that shot up. But he's so strong for being a football player, he was able to force it up.
Well, he led him in scoring as a sophomore. He's not leading him in scoring this year, but he led him in scoring as a sophomore. He actually started out at Morgan Park. Played freshman year at Morgan Park and then came over here to Hillcrest, but he was a homegrown Hillcrest guy. Country Club Hills kid.
1 point lead for Hillcrest. Very entertaining first quarter between these two teams. And that is going to be a reach on Irving.
There is a lot of quickness out here on the court.
Wow, we have a total of 11 fouls in the first quarter. That is a lot.
Oh, it's not where you want to enter the ball against the 1-3-1. Right there on the, right over the half court line.
Baseline jumper. That was a tough shot by Julius Bird. And now TF North back on top by a point. Offensive, that's a good call.
Well, that's going to be his second. Irving's going to go to the bench. It's his second foul.
Boy, give Bird a lot of credit for taking that charge.
Let me tell you something. There's kids in the fall trying to tackle him that don't do that well.
This 1-3-1 with Rollins on the point. And he's got to have a 7-foot wingspan.
Don't they have to let him cross the timeline there and then go get him? They went and got him and double teamed him in the backcourt.
Well, this is a signature defense of Hillcrest, this 1-3-1. They've been playing this forever, and it's so effective. They usually have great length, and they always have great quickness, and Don always gets them playing hard.
Oh, now look at TF North going back into a zone.
Because of foul trouble. Both teams might wind up being in zones pretty soon.
And Jarvis Booker had to come out of the game because he picked up his third for TF North. So Hillcrest now will have to figure out how to solve the zone. They really haven't done any outside shooting with a lot of success.
Well, they're not a great outside shooting team. That's one of the Achilles heels of Hillcrest. But usually they're able to go get it off the backboard when they miss.
Well, what I would like to see, if you're going to go against the zone, a little more movement too, not just the ball movement, but players. I think you got to cut through and rotate through that zone.
Drive and a block out of bounds by Hamari Bowers.
Every shot is contested.
Well, you talk about contesting every shot. Here it is again. Now watch Bowers. Beautiful with the right hand.
Turnover on the inbound play. Driving to the basket for the Hawks is Hetty. He'll hit the bucket and he'll go to the line and one.
Now call against the Meteors, number 14, Harris.
Well, here it is again. Off the inbound, you're going to get the steal. They're going to come right to your living room, right? You're going to pass it. Nope, he's just going to keep it by himself. And then Hetty goes all the way coast to coast.
And if you're going to foul him there, you got to make sure he doesn't get the ball up to the rim.
I was just going to say, if you're going to foul him, hold him.
Minute and a half to go here in the first quarter. It's a 2-point lead for Hillcrest.
Hetty's been a little bit in Rollins' shadow. Rollins getting all kinds of looks for college, only a junior. And he's going to blow up this summer. He's very talented. And he's probably their best perimeter shooter, even though he's their tallest player.
And I was going to say there has to be a foul on that one.
Move inside, and a foul is called.
Well, TF North's getting to the rim almost every single time down.
Yeah, they do a great job attacking the basket.
Yeah, if they can control their turnovers, they're going to give Hillcrest a run here tonight.
The foul is on Robert Miles. Well, if you wanted playing time, I think tonight everybody's going to be happy because with the foul trouble, everybody's getting in. Kaji Branch back into the game for TF North.
Two at the line. Harris for the Beatties.
The two teams combined in this game are 9 out of 9 from the foul line.
Wow, nice follow.
Will we get a chance for 10 out of 10 as Bowers goes to the line to try and complete an and one?
Boy, good follow by Bowers again. Coach, nobody boxes him out, and you know at this level you have to put a body on everybody. Now here's the missed shot, but look at Bowers. Nobody near him. Nobody puts a body on him. Clear pass to the basket.
Bowers,
Easy point.
Bowers, another good-looking wing, another 6'4", 6'5". They grow them tall and thin out here.
And long.
And long.
Speaking of which, 6'6" Cameron Thomas into the game for Hillcrest. That is the first missed free throw of the game. Knocked away from behind. The ball will stay with TF North.
Boy, TF North just attacking the basket every time they touch the basketball.
Two-point
he's
lead
wide
for the Hawks.
open.
Oh, big fella!
And that was the block by Cameron Thomas.
That was another block by the rim. He was wide open. The big boy should have just dunked it.
Well, if you were Tim Bankston and you were wondering about your team's intensity coming in out of a 500 season, that question has been answered. Into the lane, shoveled off.
Good
Little baseline
shot,
drive.
Dave.
Otoybe went for the jam. He lost the handle on the way up.
Really?
I thought he lost it.
That was a really good shot fake
Let's
in the
see.
corner. Good ball movement.
Against the Hawks, number 5, Eddie. And a player coming
Here's the ball fake.
Yep.
No foul.
I didn't see it.
No foul.
Both teams are going to be in the double bonus by the time we get to the second quarter.
And are we having to have somebody taken out for being cut?
Hey, if you're TF North and you get a bunch of guys fouling out, they got a pretty good coaching staff full of players over there.
Oh, yes.
They got Jamie Brandon, Bankston. Maybe the coaches could play.
So in other words, what you're telling me, Rick, is in the faculty versus students game, TF North kids have no chance.
Yeah, you don't want to be
nose.
you don't want to be a student at TF North and play this faculty.
So you saw Julius Bird, because of the bloody nose, have to go out of the game. And then, meanwhile, on the floor, Otoybe banks in a free throw, but it counts all the same.
No pictures on the scorecard.
Very, very good. And that one he swishes. So TF North remains perfect at the foul line. They're 7 out of 7. And we get another foul.
Boy, and what makes the coach crazy here is you're fouling a guy in the backcourt. You're not going to hurt you back there.
Well, that's the third time Hillcrest has run the sideline out of bounds play, and TF North doesn't seem to know what's coming. All they got to do is stop that second pass to half court, and they break that up.
Kamarion Cobb on the line for Hillcrest.
I was talking to Cobb before the game. He's a freshman. I told him that's the best hair I've seen all year. Now, that's a hairdo.
They let him get away with it because he's a freshman.
17 total fouls so far in this game. And Rick, I'm starting to be reminded of a game that you and I were involved in, me as a broadcaster, you as a coach.
Oh,
on
Proviso
one.
East.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
I've never seen you and Donnie Boyce so confused at the same time in all my life.
Donnie, I think we shot over 45 free throws that day at Proviso East.
That game took a while. Well, the worst part of it was, as I remember, the game was not really in doubt the last couple of minutes. They just kept calling fouls.
Yeah, we were up pretty much the whole game.
I thought so. Collision on the rebound, no call. 4 seconds left. Drive to the basket, and does it count? Yes, it counts.
It's a great way to finish the quarter. Bowers just took it hard all the way and finished it right at the buzzer.
End of the first quarter, 4-point lead for Hillcrest, 23-19. We're back in a moment with the second quarter. You're watching the Game of the Week on the U.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the contractors of finishingchicago.com. End of one here at Hillcrest. The Hawks lead it by 4 over the Meteors, 23-19. And welcome back courtside. My name is Mark Kruger. I am joined by Omari Garrett. He is the athletic director at TF North. And Omari, first off, thank you for stopping, boy. What an exciting first quarter. Coach Bankston, what a job he has done throughout his 18 years. So competitive year in and year out.
Absolutely. And this year we knew it was going to be tough. He put them in some tough competitions this year. So the record doesn't speak to the improvements that they've been showing from week to week. So, you know, I think we're primed for a good playoff run. We're down in 3A now this year. So, you know, we got to feel like a better chance of making a good run.
Another winter program at TF North, your wrestling program. Quite a bit of wrestlers competing downstate, right?
Yes, absolutely. So we had 7 to qualify to compete. We have 6 alive right now that still can place. So this is the first time I got the T-shirt on our record this year. So we have a good year. We got a returning state champion that's coming back, and hopefully he'll stand on this podium tomorrow with another medal.
All right, Omari, thanks for stopping by. Continued success at TF North.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Jim, back to you, Kenny and Rick.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mark. And TF North will be the number 10 seed in the Thornridge sectional. They will play Lamont in the opening round, and if they win that game, they will play the winner of Oak Forest and the winner of the Brooks Bremen game. Now, the last time I remember TF North being a 3A, they got to the super sectionals and they lost to Simeon. I believe that was the year after Derrick Rose graduated. So it's been a while since TF North has been a 3A. Hillcrest.
Watch the lob here. Whoop, they had it.
Couldn't get it to him.
They sniffed it out.
Hillcrest has been a fixture in 3A. It seems they always run into Morgan Park to determine who's going to go downstate.
That's why Marquise Irving's a halfback and not a quarterback, because he threw that one right out of bounds.
They don't need to throw it a lot with him in the backfield. I'll tell you that. Stolen away at midcourt.
Can he dunk it?
Irving lays it in.
See, I would have dunked that. Boy, hit that press.
Good job getting the ball to the middle.
Lane open, thrown up high off the glass by Marlon Bird.
Boy, that was picture book, though, the way to get the ball against that press right to the middle of the basketball.
I'm going to make an early call here, guys. We got a shot at getting to a hundo. With all the fouls in this game and all the free throws that are going to be shot, if the teams can keep up this pace.
I'll take the under.
I'll
take the under.
I'm not willing to bet on that, Rick. I'm just saying we got a shot at it.
Sports betting is going to be legal here soon, so we might as well start wagering
But
here
not
between
yet,
us.
mister.
Hey, we may have a shot at 100 fouls.
Yeah. I'd take the over on that.
Yeah.
That's the more likely outcome. Irving on the line.
Irving sinks the first.
Tell you what, I'm sorry, Rick, go ahead.
I was going to say, they're going to come with pressure after free throws, whether it's zone or man-to-man. They're going to be all over this.
Okay, Irving came into this game as a 66% free throw shooter. He is 5 out of 5 from the line. He has 9 in the game, and Hillcrest is out to their biggest lead of 6.
What a great job again, getting the ball to the middle, easy shot, 2 points.
Sweet short jumper by Bird, and he has 7. Really not too sure why they gave the ball to Rollins. He gets trapped in the corner. Here's Irving, top of the key,
Good
into
pass.
the corner, 3-pointer, and Hillcrest rattles in their first 3 of the night. That is Jacoby Hetty.
Boy, not only a great pass, coach, but also great spacing on the floor.
Yep.
Corner of the lane, jumper blocked. Rebound by Hall. He can't hit. Rollins clears the glass. Of course, to get to that hundo, we have to have a close game, too.
Back
2 in a
to
row.
back.
Yes.
That's his spot.
Well, Jaden Houston have a night. Senior night. He got himself a little date at the senior night. He asked one of those girls out to turnabout. Now he's hit a couple threes.
No, Rick. It's not. It can't be turnabout if the guy is asking the girl.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad.
I'm gonna bet it's prom.
It was prom.
It
was
can't
prom.
be prom this early.
Oh, yeah, it can.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is when you got to start asking now.
Wow, you guys must have been desperate as guys asking girls this early.
No, I never went to prom.
I
Not
never
one
did
time.
either.
Come on.
I was too busy running track.
Oh,
Okay.
come on, Kenny. Nobody would go with you. Forget about the track.
You want to know why I didn't
Forget
go?
about
Is
the track.
because I worked when I was in high school, and I looked at the price of going. I'm like, dude, I'm not spending money on
Oh,
this.
man, you guys got more excuses. You couldn't get dates.
That was
couldn't
probably
get
true
dates.
too.
I tell you what, Houston's whole family is sitting to our left. He has a whole fan club here.
Rule of the Quarter brought to you by FinishingChicago.com, and let's go with Houston.
Why not? I tell you what, he's done a great job right there in that left corner. The spacing is absolutely perfect to pass. Look, nobody's there. The defense can't get there. He's hit 2 in a row from behind.
Well, you see that brace on his left hand. He came back from a broken wrist. He would have been starting all year, but he just came back from a broken wrist. And he gives them that outside perimeter threat that they lack a little bit.
Move of the Quarter is brought to you by FinishingChicago.com. 10-point
Look underneath.
lead.
There you go.
No look pass.
Oh,
That's
second
twice.
missed dunk. He's 0 for 2 on dunks.
Boy, you don't see that very often. You may see one, but you don't see 2 wide open dunks missed by a sophomore.
You can't dribble through double teams.
Wide open.
Can he shoot twos?
Yes. Jaden Houston having a
No.
huge night
Try
on
to
senior
give
night
it-
with 8.
Give it back to him.
Irving, little strong.
He's a lot strong. That kid's a lot strong. He ain't a little strong.
Not tall, 5'11", but pound for pound.
There's a dunk.
Look out, 4-on-1 for Hillcrest.
Oh,
Well, it wasn't necessarily textbook or the way the coach could draw it up, but Hetty able to put it in.
this game's getting a little out of hand right now. TF North needs a basket.
14-point lead for Hillcrest, and it will be a foul on Houston.
Yeah, TF North, they need a basket. They need one desperately.
And it's not like they're not getting to the basket.
Yeah, they're missing easy shots.
Yeah, they just got to get the ball. You got to be able to handle a double team and pass out of it. You're going to shoot great shots against Hillcrest, but you got to play composed.
And you don't get a much better shot than a wide open dunk.
Now you have to look at the free throw shooting for TF North that has now reached 8 out of 8, and if not for the free throw shooting, they're really in a bad spot.
Yeah, they came in with bad stats on shooting free throws.
Yeah, I mean, they're a below average free throw shooting team. They just can't miss tonight.
Yeah, they look pretty good tonight.
Hillcrest lead is 12. Little fall away. That one off the mark. Rebound was cleared by Jason Fudge. The Meteors are not getting down the floor as cleanly as they were in the early going. Hall into the lane, and if that would have gone, we really would have had something.
Big fella, there you go.
Boy. Redemption.
Branch.
He's only a sophomore, but I love that body. He's 6'8", he's big.
Hillcrest really trying to spread out the floor. If they want to be aggressive on defense, they're trying to spread it out, make them work. Irving. Not a lot of vertical in that jump shot. Missed it. You tell him that, Rick. Down the lane. Bird. And he got the roll.
Well, that shot has been there all night. We're going to have a timeout here.
He put that up soft. That thing sat on the rim.
Oh, I think he's got a bloody nose again.
Bird with 11 points, and the nose is bleeding again, so he'll have to come back out for a second time.
It's rough out here.
Well, we're not at altitude. I think our altitude's about
Maybe this far south, though. We're pretty
500
far south.
550
I'd have
feet.
taken airplane here today.
All right, here comes the double team.
And that's what you got to do. Look over the top, and then you got to advance. Then you can't catch out of a double team and hold.
Baseline jumper, and that one won't roll. Fudge had his hand on the rebound, and then it was knocked out by Hetty.
Well, you got to grab that ball. You have to grab that. Fudge had it in his hands. You have to bring that towards your body.
When you used to drop a pass when you were a kid, didn't you used to say fudge?
Yes.
TF North had a chance to get it down to a 6-point margin. Instead, they turn it over.
Well, they got a little 6-point run going. They've had multiple stops in a row. They got to keep that going. They've limited Hillcrest to 1 shot.
And I think they're going to need a cleanup on aisle 5. Rick, when you were playing college basketball, did you ever get a chance to play in the Rocky Mountains at altitude?
Well, we played at New Mexico State, and I know there were mountains there, but never played in Denver.
Yeah, Las Cruces is only, I think, about 4,000 feet. No, it's not that. About 3.
Yeah, I think the delay is going to be there's some.
Now, Kenny, when you were
on the floor here,
when DePaul made their Final Four run, they played in Provo. They played the West Regionals in Provo.
Hey, but you know what? When you have Mark Aguirre, it didn't make a difference where you were.
So think about this. I mean, you had the Iron Five playing at, the altitude more than a mile high in Provo.
Nobody cared. As long as you had Mark, just give him the basketball. The other stuff you didn't worry about because that's all excuses.
One of my favorite broadcasting lines of all time, because DePaul beat UCLA in the regional final in Provo, and Al McGuire at one point said, "Listen, you're never going to hear this again. The Mormons cheering for the Catholics." Remember, we have all the IHSA championship weekend or action coming up starting next weekend. The 1 and 2A girls get things started out. Then 2 weeks from now, it's the 3A and 4A girls, and the boys tournaments take over after that. So the next 4 weekends, right here on the U, you will see all the IHSA championship action.
And this is going to be the last year they do it like that.
Yes.
They're going to switch it up. I don't know if I like the switch. What do you guys think about that, playing a 1A, 2A, 3, and 4A on the same weekend?
Well, I think it takes away from making the weekend special.
Up the floor, Ed Harris. Can't lay it in.
Oh, wow. That was a double block.
Re-racked that one.
Oh, my goodness.
We got some athletes in the house tonight.
Oh, I tell you what, this should be on high school lights tonight. Look at this
First
block.
block, second block.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Right to your living room. Hit block number 1. Hiccup number 2. Put it into the seats.
Hamari Bowers. And again, TF North with a chance to cut it down to 6. They nearly turn it over, get it back, and then that will be a foul on Irving, and that'll be his 3rd.
Just got swarmed. That double team was like a swarm of bees on him. But was that on Irving? That is just, I think
they called it on Kenton Wright.
Yeah.
Which I think Kenton's not putting up too much of a protest because he knows Irving's got 2 already.
Yeah, you don't want Irving to pick up that 3rd.
That's the 2nd on Wright now.
Well, TF North, if they're going to get back in the ball game, they just have to keep going to the free throw line because they have been unbelievable good tonight from the line. And they came in with the stats say they're a bad free throw shooting team, but they've been excellent so far tonight.
These 2 teams in this game are 19 out of 20 from the foul line. Irving trying to hit the gas.
To the 30, to the 20, to the 10.
How about a touchdown?
He had a 95-yard run, I think, for a touchdown that got called back by a holding call. He's standing in the end zone all by himself, and he just looked down so dejected because he had well run past everybody. Foul is going to be on Kaji Branch.
Well, TF North went man-to-man for the first time in a while. They got caught on that screen, and the big boy just could not stay. Could not keep right in front of him.
That's the 2nd free throw miss for Hillcrest in this game now, as they are 8 out of 10 from the line.
But you can see Tim Bankston saying block out.
Yeah, I'm surprised TF North went back to man-to-man. That zone was showing they were pretty effective.
Chance to get it down to a 4-point lead, and if they hit a 3 here, it'd be a 1-possession game. Devontae Hall saying, "Give me the screen." top of the key. Julius Byrd, double clutched, couldn't hit.
After he fumbled it, he shouldn't have shot that. That's hard to shoot. Once you fumble a shot, you gotta not shoot the basket.
Yeah, because he never had control of the basketball.
Get it stolen from him.
He did double team again.
Here comes Kenton Wright. Foul line jumper is good.
Good job by Wright to drive that thing right at the free throw line and pull up.
2:20 to go here in the second quarter. Wildly entertaining game. Ed Harris.
Whoa.
Oh, he missed it.
Oh, he got the ooh, but not the ah.
Julius Rollins.
Stop the basketball.
And he'll get a chance to go to the line. That'll be a foul on Devontae Hall, and I have that as his third.
Well, you have to stop the basketball.
Devontae could not afford to get that third foul. That's really going to hurt TF North.
Here's it again. See, look, everybody's going backwards. You get the defenders going back with you on your heels. I'm just going to continue to attack and get a layup, or you're going to foul me. Somebody has to stop the ball.
We got a line change coming in as we have 4 guys ready to check in. Rollins hits the free throw. So it's going to be Atoybe and Marlinberg coming in for TF North, and then Bryce Tillery and Robert Miles coming in for Hillcrest.
Well, Devontae Hall is their primary ball handler. Without him in the game, with 9-point game here at 2:09, let's see how this half ends.
And after missing his first 2 free throws, Julius Rollins gets on the free throw train, and he's hit 2 in a row.
Oh, they called the press off. He said, go back.
Lead for Hillcrest is back to 10. It has been entertaining, that's for certain. Sloppy at times, but entertaining. And that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Bird has to get control of the basketball. He's trying to make moves before he really has great control of the ball.
Julius Byrd has that nose just absolutely plugged up, and a beautiful inbound pass on the money, and Jason Fudge has his first bucket of the night. 7 Meteors have scored in this game so far. Out of the double team, Rollins, no shot, foul on the floor.
That was a great job of Rollins splitting that double team.
Julius Byrd with the foul. We are long since in the double bonus.
Hillcrest hasn't made him pay from the free throw line.
Well, when your opponent is 11 out of 11, you look like a piker when you're 11 out of 15. Now 12 out of 16.
Substitution on the floor for the Hawks.
It's the kind of game you get late in the year in a rivalry game in your conference, you know. Just, it's maximum effort the whole way to go. Guys look at the calendar, they know the games are running out. Long 3 on the way, down the bottom of the drain.
But what a great job, though, getting the ball to the middle of the court.
Marlon Byrd is 19th 3 of the year.
That's what you want to do against the zone press. Now, TF North going back into a 2-3 zone.
And it's back to a 6-point lead. This is going to kill almost any chance we had to get into a hundo. Entry pass.
West tough.
Schwab, you got to pass out of that triple team.
Bowers trying to get rid of it and finally does in the 3rd try. 3-pointer on the way. That one hit the front of the iron. And now a chance with a 3-pointer to get it to a 1-possession game. Here comes Julius Byrd. Julius Byrd backing everybody out. Byrd drives on Bowers. And did he travel or did he get fouled?
I don't think anybody's making a call.
Foul.
Foul will be on Robert Miles. Here's the amazing thing for Hillcrest. They're long since in the double bonus, but nobody has more than 2 fouls.
Julius Byrd has that nose plugged up from where he started to bleed twice. It has to be very difficult to breathe with that cotton up his nose.
I am now on the Rick Malnati train.
You're jinxing him. That's why you're not
about
talking.
What we're seeing. Well, yeah, because I want to see this. This is amazing.
You see the cotton in his nose?
Yeah.
That has to be very difficult to breathe.
That cannot be a lot of fun.
There you go.
There's the first miss by TF North from the foul line.
All you needed to do is talk about it.
12 in a row before that miss.
Yeah, and Cobb dropped the ball out of bounds.
This is TF North's ball.
Yeah, Cobb had dropped the ball out of bounds, so now you have to draw up your best out-of-bounds play.
Well, they've been very effective with these baseline out-of-bounds plays. You know, special situations, when you're a coach, these special situations are ways you can help your team make a couple baskets on these baseline inbounds plays, on the sideline inbounds plays, turn them over sometimes by throwing a different defense at them.
Well, right now you draw up your best play. With 40.2 seconds to go in the quarter, you draw up your best play.
And TF North is only down by 5.
This game could have got out of hand. I mean, Hillcrest had an opportunity to put these guys away. TF North showing some resiliency.
Hillcrest led by 12 at one point.
And you can see in this photo a picture of our sellout crowd here, people standing up.
Three-pointer rattles out. Big rebound by Fudge. 14-5 run right now for TF North. They turn it over on a travel.
Boy, you have to take advantage of opportunities. You get a good shot, the ball rolls out, you get the rebound. You got to get a better shot. You just can't come out and travel.
Well, I wonder if they wait for a last shot here. 30 seconds to go in a zone.
I would.
Yeah. And maybe they go to the coach's son. He's hit a couple threes. I'd put him in the left corner where he's made a couple.
Bryce Tillery with the basketball. Nobody coming out of the zone to get him. He's just going to let it run down. 11 seconds to go. Tillery gets it back. 5 seconds. They swing it one more time. That's wide right. Rebound, and that is going to end the opening half of play. Hillcrest trying to keep alive a chance at earning a share of the South Suburban Blue title. They have to win out, especially next Friday night when they have their game against Oak Forest. Let's go to Mark Kruger.
Jim, thank you very much. Here with Don Houston, the head coach of Hillcrest, 5-point lead. What's the message that you will address to your club here at halftime?
We got to do a better job on the glass. We got to handle their pressure a little bit better. We got to stop gambling. We're gambling a lot and we're giving them open looks.
Senior night, the only senior on the roster is your son, Jaden. You have to be awful proud.
Yeah, I'm proud of him. You know, he's come a long way. He's doing a great job. He knocked down some big shots for us in the first half. Hopefully he has a great second half.
Coach, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Halftime, Hillcrest leading it by 5, 42-37. This is the game of the week right here on the U. Tonight's game is brought to you by Elite Ambulance. Explore a new exciting career and become a first responder EMT with Elite Ambulance. Sign up for classes today at emtnow.org. Halftime here at Hillcrest High School. It's the host Hawks leading the Meteors here at the break by 5, 42-37. And welcome back courtside. My name is Mark Kruger. We are glad you're with us. Well, this week we headed to a Hillcrest Spanish class where a veteran teacher knew she had to adjust her teaching style to adjust to the style of her classmates, of her students as well. Now, she is not only relevant now, but she is more relevant now than when she first started. And everybody, I mean everybody, wants to get in her class. It's time now for Learning to Win, brought to you by Elite Ambulance.
We would eat. We used to. Muy bien. We used to eat. I am Joellen Lee, and I teach Spanish at Hillcrest High School. Been here for almost 30 years. Abba, abbas, abba. Imperfect is ongoing, right? I know we're still learning this, but we got to get that in our head. So today we are reviewing the imperfect tense versus the preterite tense. And in a nutshell, they're both the past tense. They can say two things. They can say, I used to go there, versus, oh, I went there, right? Well, went is the preterite tense, it's over. Whereas I used to go there implies that it happened more than once. So we're learning the differences between the two. My job is to motivate them to learn. So I have the understanding that all of them have different learning styles, you know, auditory, visual, kinesthetic, tactile, and I've learned that in order for everybody to be happy, I have to hit all of those, pretty much in every given day. Bailar, the cha-cha-cha. Ding, 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 ding. The one thing I say to them, and this is the truth, that I've never met a student that I didn't like and love. I may dislike your behavior, but I'm still all for you. I'm still here to support you, and I'd give the shirt off my back if I needed to. I think they know that, but I think a lot still come in with, kind of that chip on their shoulder, and whatever kid that is every year in every class, I say to myself, that's your job. You're gonna get to this child, and he is going to buy into you, and that he or she can trust me.
Like, so say I'm like going through something, or I failed a test or something, I'll tell her about it first. Tell her like, oh, this is how I felt about it, and I'm gonna do better. She'll give me advice on what to do and stuff like that. She's like a mother figure, also, in her energy. It's just like mine. I don't know, that's my favorite teacher.
Equally important to me is that they understand the cultural differences between Spanish-speaking countries. I show film in Spanish 3 that shows the struggles of people that are crossing over the border. I think that if we can put ourselves in somebody else's shoes and understand what they're going through, in Mexico, they will work 40, 50-hour weeks and take home $12 for the week. So if they could just understand, if I could show them film, and it does open their eyes to something other than themselves.
Yeah, it really does, because then it makes me understand that everybody has a different lifestyle, and I can't just sit there and go just like the American lifestyle. I got to look at everybody's and think of it as equal.
I have a passion for the language and the culture, the many different cultures of the Spanish-speaking world, and I love to spread that passion to my students.
Muy bien, que bueno. That's about all the Spanish I know. Que lástima. All right, we'll be back with more here at halftime. Hillcrest leads by 5, 42-37. It's the game of the week right here on the U. Welcome back to Hillcrest. We are at halftime. The Hawks leading the Meteors here at the break by a score of 42-37. And welcome back. My name is Mark Kruger. I am joined by Dr. Renee Sims. She is the principal here at Hillcrest, who is, well, she's going to retire. And Dr. Sims, first off, congratulations. Was that a long process decision, or was it a kind of a snap decision?
No, about 3 years ago, I started looking at retiring. Family dynamics began to change, and so I kind of thought it was time.
Now, will you be involved in the hiring process of the new principal here?
No, not really. Actually, that process has already started. The candidates have been narrowed down, and they've had a student committee, a teacher committee, administrator committee, and a community committee that have actually been talking to the finalists.
Let's go back during your time here as principal. What did you enjoy the most as the principal here at Hillcrest? What are you most proud of?
Okay, well, I always enjoy the students, of course. Yeah. My staff is fantastic, so the people are wonderful in terms of this district and my school in particular. But probably some of my most fondest memories include us winning our first state titles, going downstate for boys and girls basketball, winning back-to-back track under my leadership, a change of our facilities in terms of improvements. We had an opportunity to remodel our cafeteria, remodel our library, build a new athletic facility, put a new turf football field in. So all of that, there's some wonderful moments. It's probably too many to narrow down. So a lot of good accomplishments that I'm proud of.
Well, during your retirement now, you're going to have all sorts of time. What are you going to do with all your free time?
Well, I have a couple of grandbabies. I still have some kids that are in school and college in Virginia. So my husband and I, he's retired too now. So we'll be able to travel and enjoy time.
Congratulations as principal, and tremendous luck and in your retirement. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We are at halftime. Hillcrest leads it by 5, 42-37. Back with more. It's the game of the week right here on the U.
Welcome back to Hillcrest High School. Halftime, Hillcrest leading by 5. TF North got off to a great start. They knocked down a couple of three-pointers early, one by Julius Bird and another by Devontae Hall. It took a little while for Hillcrest to get warmed up, but they finally did. One of the guys who really got going for Hillcrest in the early going was Marquis Serving. He had 9 points during the opening half of action for Hillcrest. And then everybody started getting into the act for the Hawks. Jacoby Hetty off the nice feed is going to finish one there. And meanwhile, Julius Bird got off to a great start for TF North, and Marlon Bird started to contribute for TF North down the stretch. And then Hillcrest goes on a nice run Midway through the second quarter, they led by as many as 12 points. Jaden Houston knocked down a couple of three-pointers in a row from the same spot in the corner. And then TF North rallied late in the second quarter to take what was a double-digit lead and turn it into just a 5-point deficit, and that is where we stand as we get ready to go to the third quarter. Second half coming up in just a moment as we continue on the Game of the Week on the U. Today's game is brought to you by the contractors of FinishingChicago.com. See the show that Kenny McReynolds and Rick Malnati refuse to miss. Katie Keene is back with an all-new episode Thursday night at 7, only on CW 26. Jim Blaney along with Kenny McReynolds, Rick Malnati, Mark Kruger, our entire Game of the Week on the U crew. And before we go any farther, guys, this is our final game for the year. Of course, we have all 4 weekends of the IHSA tournament coming up. And before we go any farther in the contest, I just want to say thanks to the camera guys and everybody who helps put this thing together and actually does the work to bring this to you. The part that you don't see is after a game when they have to break everything down and run everything back to the truck and it's 10 degrees outside. That's the hard part of the job, and they do it all very, very well, and we appreciate their efforts all year long.
Yeah, they've been absolutely outstanding.
And how about the games Fred picked out? You know, we had great games all year long.
Yeah, it's our best schedule all since we've been doing the Game of the Week.
Here comes Irving. He has it knocked away from behind.
Yeah, I second that, Jim. Congratulations and thank you to our crew. They have been absolutely unbelievable all year.
They have to put up with a lot from us to be able to do their jobs, and they do it without complaining.
I think the only beef I might have is Jacob's food selection sometimes.
Yeah. Corner of the lane jumper, and that's knocked in by Kenton Wright.
Well, no complaint about that shot.
Nope. These first few minutes of the second half are always important. That was important for them to answer that bucket.
Julius Bird with 14. We started out kind of the way we did the game, just fast and furious. Here comes the double team on the ball in the backcourt. Kenton Wright got out of it. Now they have to recover on defense, and everybody goes flying one way, and Hetty takes a back step, and he has 11 in the game now.
And get no call by the official.
Yeah, that would have been a foul in the first half. Maybe they decided they blew the whistle too many times.
Three-pointer knocked in. Julius Bird is back to that spot where he just can't miss.
Boy, you just can't leave him open like that. There was not anybody within 5 feet of Bird. You're asking for trouble.
I don't think you want to hit him in the nose. Ever since he's been hitting the nose and he started bleeding, he's been lighting it up.
I didn't see if he still has the cotton stuffed up his nose.
Hey, the most dangerous animal, the wounded animal.
He looks like he doesn't have it in there anymore. Marquise Irving rattled that one in and out, and the ball was last touched on the rebound attempt by Jacoby Hetty. So TF North is going to get the basketball. They're down by 4. They've had some chances to cut this to a one-possession game. They've never been successful.
They're going to be a tough 10 seed in the section.
Three-pointer, and that one's short. And again, a chance to get it down to a one-possession game, and the Meteors can't convert. Wright drives and moved sideways. Tough shot, missed it. Got his own rebound. Three-pointer on the way, and that one's good. Jaden Houston, his third 3 of the night.
See, guys, that's one thing the Meteors have to do a better job of rebounding. They're going after the ball with one hand. You got to grab the ball.
Irving got the steal, and then he got fouled by Jarvis Booker.
Well, we know Jaden Houston's got the most fans here in the house, and he is putting on a little bit of a show tonight. 3 threes, a 2.
I cannot get over how I knew Irving had quick feet from watching him play football in the fall, but his hands are unbelievable. That's about the 3rd steal he's had tonight.
What an athlete. He's going to fall back into his zone.
I think Houston's got to give a little heat check. He'd forget about passing. He should be shooting it every time he touches it.
You've got 3 threes. Keep shooting it. Don't have a conscience. Ed Harris. Little long. Rebound by Fudge. Did a nice job of battling for the basketball, and he got 2.
Hey, Fudge is only 6'2", He's the leading rebounder on TF North, and he had 20 rebounds 2 weeks ago in a game.
Well, that's heart and determination.
That's for sure.
From just inside the foul line, a miss, and rattling around, and TF North again will have a chance to make this a one-possession game. Hetty comes out, Hamari Bowers comes in. No, Rollins will come out, and let's see, is Bowers back out there? Yes, he is.
So far tonight, TF North, they have not been able to just get it, get right there and get the lead. They get so close. They have to take advantage of opportunities of turnovers.
Julius Bird shaking his head, didn't like what he had, drew the double team, and a little roller over the front of the rim by Branch. And we're down to that one-possession game.
Branch made a good decision not to dunk that. He's 0 for 2 on dunks, but he's made the layups.
Right, I like the pick and roll. They just said to pick, he just rolled right to the basket.
Right, fall away, sideway leaning jumper, and a chance to get within one, or maybe tie it if they make a three.
Hillcrest is settling on offense right now. They could get better shots.
Branch, that one didn't go.
He passed it.
There for the rebound was Fudge. I'll give him an assist on that.
Yeah, we'll give him an assist.
Well, then you take a rebound away from Fudge. I think Fudge wants the rebound.
We have a one-point game, folks.
Hey, if Branch hits the weight room and gets stronger hands, he's going to be unbelievable. He's only a sophomore.
Yeah, and lefty post guys are hard to guard.
It just looks to me like he's lacking a little bit of confidence when he goes up with it. He needs to go up with it stronger.
Good pass.
Ooh, look out.
That was a double flip.
And that was Julius Bird sticking the landing.
Sticking it on his back.
Wow.
He did a double flip.
And the worst part of it is he gets the foul.
Boy, Bird came flying over.
Oh.
Boy, hits that tailbone. But he jumps right back up.
To tell you the truth, he hit in a way that he hit a lot of body on the ground, which allows you to spread out the impact of the fall.
Spread out or not, that hurt me just watching it.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do on those is stick your hand out to break your fall. TF North a chance to take the lead. Would be their first lead since the first quarter. And they'll get the bucket to take the lead, and they'll go to the line and one.
Boy, what a nice job of switching hands.
Ed Harris.
Look at Harris. He went up with the right, then he moved his hand over to the left.
Well, we could have a tied up game right here.
Now, when it comes to movies, if Ed Harris is in it, you better watch it. And in basketball, if Ed Harris is playing, you better watch.
That was Jaden Houston's third foul. Best perimeter threat for Hillcrest. TF North playing that zone. They're going to miss him.
The red-hot free throw shooting for TF North continues. The Meteors lead it by 2.
And they drop right back into the 2-3 zone.
Yeah, and Hillcrest has been stagnant right here. They're kind of running a 1-3-1, but they're not getting a lot of action, just running the baseline. You got to penetrate.
Yeah, and nobody's running through.
Biggest lead that TF North had was 6, but that was right out of the gate. And Bowers will get fouled on his way to the bucket. And the foul is going to be on Atoybe. And just to reiterate what happened in the first half, we saw a lot of fouls and a lot of free throws in the first half.
They're just not moving much.
Three-pointer, right. That rattled in and out, and a nice rebound and high pointing it and grabbing the board was Branch. Meteors up the floor. Ball got blocked on the way to the basket. We have a wrestling match for the ball.
And we got an ankle turn, I think.
And everybody better get back to the bench.
Yep. I got a feeling that
that's Irving.
I think he came down on his left left ankle. This is not what you want to see right before the state tournament.
No. There he is on defense. The block.
And when he goes up here, he must come down on a foot, like,
on a foot.
Oh, and then he got rolled over.
There it is. Branch fell right on top of him.
See, back to the basketball. Now, here's a block. And he comes down.
But I think it's when Branch comes down on top of it
Oh,
more than
yeah.
anything else.
Ouch. His left ankle got caught right underneath the big boy.
Yeah, Branch comes right down on the ankle, and you can see he's in pain as soon as Branch comes down on the ankle.
Well, he's...
So while we have a moment, let's take a look at our move of the quarter, and it's brought to you by finishingchicago.com. It is where TF North finally wiped out a 12-point deficit and took the lead in the game. Nice battle down in the low block, and it was a chance to go to the line and earn one more at the foul stripe for Ed Harris, and he did. That is our move of the quarter, brought to you by finishingchicago.com.
Good news as we look at Irving is he's retying his shoe.
And he's going to tie that sucker as tight as he can tie it.
Yeah,
well, he's a football player. He's going to come back and play.
Yeah, when you retie his shoe, that's a good sign.
So how many Division I football coaches are checking another box next to toughness?
Yes.
For Marquise Irving.
I bet he gets that thing taped up, and I bet he's back in.
I do too.
Okay, so now we have a discussion at the table. And there's a foul going up on the board for Branch.
Double technical.
And it's for leaving the bench. That's exactly what it's for. Let's send it over to Mark Kruger. Mark?
All right, Jim, thank you very much. You know, you guys were talking about Marquise Irving and the great football player he was, or that he is. Some people advised him to perhaps just focus on football and not play basketball. But Irving, he wouldn't even consider it. He said, you know what, basketball keeps me active, keeps him in shape. He plays with a lot of confidence, and he plays, you know, he's just a competitor. And that was the perfect case a couple of weeks ago, guys. He scored 22 points. He also had the layup at the buzzer to give Hillcrest a 1-point win over Homewood Flossmoor. The guy just loves to compete, just a special athlete and only a junior, and he is coming back onto the floor right now, guys.
All right, Mark, thank you very much. And so we've had a double technical foul call, one on Kaji Branch, the other on Hamari Bowers, and Rick just got done talking to the officials, so what's the call?
Yeah, so there was a double technical, but then there was another technical, I think they said on 22. Did you hear that?
That's Branch.
That's Branch.
That he grabbed the leg after everything. So Hillcrest's going to shoot two and get the ball out on the side, but they lose Marquise Irving.
And my other question is, was the technical called on the Hillcrest bench? Because when Irving went down, their trainer went out onto the floor. And I'm wondering if the officials just saw people coming out onto the floor out of the corner of their eye. So anyway, the bottom line is this. 1 out of 2 free throws for Hillcrest, and they're going to get the ball back. And now they are down 1.
Irving is back in. Marquise back in.
Well, let's see if Hillcrest gets a little bit more movement against the zone.
He can't come right back in because the ball hasn't been back in play. He has to wait until the next whistle.
Well, this is where you don't, when you are hurt, you don't want to sit and get it stiffened up.
Exactly.
You want to play.
So do you do the soccer thing and just throw it out of bounds to get the substitution in? Because, man, if you're subbing in soccer, it could be a while for somebody to stand over there.
Well, looks like Hillcrest trying to overload a side, get the ball inside.
And knocked away by, boy, Branch is really coming alive here in the last couple of minutes. He's touched the ball almost every possession, offense and defense.
Well, you can still set screens against the zone. Hillcrest just kind of standing.
Nice feed underneath, and they get an acrobatic finish by Kamarion Cobb.
Well, Cobb did a great job running towards the basket, saying, give me the basketball.
Irving saying, come on, guys, get me back in the game here. Rebound, and they will get Irving back into the game. That'll be a foul call and a Toybe. That is his 3rd.
There's a lot of people looking up at the board that are a little bit of foul trouble.
Now on the board it says on a Toybe that's number 2. And they're sitting right next to the scorer, so we'll go with what they say. All right, so Hillcrest back out on top by a point, and now a chance to add to the lead as Bowers goes to the line.
Bowers not a good free throw shooter.
But
tonight,
tonight,
I jinx in the other way.
Tonight, Rick, everybody's a good free throw shooter. It's the strangest thing.
Well, I got him on the season at 43%.
Yeah.
Look pretty good there.
And he's beating his percentage. He's 1 out of 2.
That's for sure. Well, he might be 2 out of 2.
Not only did he make them, he's nothing but net. Hillcrest pressing in the backcourt. Pressure broken by Hall, but he had it knocked away. What a great one-handed catch by Marlon Byrne. And that is going to be on Irving, and that is his 3rd.
That was almost turnover.
Yeah, and Irving with the foul. Here it is, a little sloppy play here.
Watch this catch. Well, this is the tail end of it. Now in the backcourt, on the ground.
Can't get up.
Timeout.
He called a foul on that.
Well, he couldn't get up.
Foul is on Rollins, his 2nd.
Well, they've made a change on that rule. When the guy's down, the 3rd guy in automatically gets a foul.
Like hockey.
Yeah.
3rd man in. It's a game misconduct. 3-pointer from the corner. That one rattles in and out, and Branch had it taken away.
Again,
I'm with Kenny. I like Branch.
Yeah, but he's got to get stronger.
Well, he's a sophomore, but he's 6'8", grown into his body, and he's been really active.
Yeah, I love his body and his activity. But see, once you go up here, you got to snatch that into you. You got to be stronger. But he's going to be a special player. He's only a sophomore.
But it really looks like, guys, here in the 3rd quarter, he's kind of forgotten about being a sophomore. He's just out there and playing. He's been impressive.
Well, at this time of year, sophomores are juniors and juniors are seniors.
Ball lost over the end line. TF North will get it back. They need a 3-pointer to tie it. This is a wild game tonight.
You don't want to dribble against this thing.
Branch.
Great pass.
And a finish by Fudge.
Really unselfish.
Boy, he saw Fudge slashing towards the basket and gave him a perfect lead pass with an easy layup.
Hillcrest by 1. They need to win this game to have any chance of catching Oak Forest for the South Suburban Blue Conference title. Errant pass, knocked away. TF North looking to get the lead back. 3-pointer for the lead. Ooh. That missed everything. Rebound. Fudge goes up with it, couldn't hit.
3 shots.
And then Bowers got the rebound for Hillcrest.
Fudge is a great offensive rebound.
Boy, they had 3 chances.
I'm having a really hard time understanding how TF North has a losing record. These kids really go after it.
Yeah. Well, because that's the kind of player Tim Bankston was at Simeon.
And that one won't go for Bowers. TF North again looking for the lead, and maybe that's why they have problems winning games. They've turned it over at some inopportune times. They missed that shot. Rollins up the floor, 3-on-2, splits the D, gets tied up. He'll go to the line, and that should be, is it on Bird or is it on?
Well, this is why the college coaches are really drooling over Rollins. He gets the rebound on one end, he takes it coast to coast, 6'6", good shooting touch, can handle the basketball.
That's the 4th foul on Devontae Hall, by the way, guys.
And Rollins is an underclassman.
Yeah, this whole Hillcrest team, besides the coach's son's underclass.
So Hall comes out of the game, and he will be replaced by Ed Harris. 33 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Everybody's getting in on the act. Rollins is 5 out of 8 from the line. He's a 62% free throw shooter on the season, so a little better than his average. 3-pointer would tie it as we get into the last half minute of the 3rd quarter.
They need to play for 1.
Bird had it knocked away by Irving. Irving up the floor, and he'll lay it in.
What a ball
Can't dribble
player.
against Hillcrest.
And remember, he has an injured ankle.
Yeah.
8 seconds left. Corner of the lane jumper, and it goes and one. Marlon Bird.
And you don't want to foul him after the shot was taken. The shot was already gone. Here you see Bird right here. See, the shot's already gone.
He did a good job on that 3-on-2, just stopping at the free throw line and shooting it in. Now 5 seconds left. They can't give up a basket here.
And one.
That's
makes
that
it a
sideline
2-point
break
lead.
again.
And Irving gets fouled shooting a three.
Why, oh why?
That's amazing to me that Hillcrest been ever run this sideline break out of a free throw 6 different times. And TF North hasn't stopped it.
Foul is on Branch. That is his third.
And you don't want to foul the guy on a three-point shot at the end of the quarter.
Well, they're saying that the buzzer had already sounded.
There's no time left, so I'm really not too sure why TF North has. Well, no, wait a minute. They're going to put 3 on the clock.
.3.
Okay,
Yeah,
point
it should be
three. There,
point
okay. I don't care whether it's football or basketball. I'll tell you what, if we're playing badminton, I want Marquise Irving.
He's tough. And a winner.
After Hines Ward won Dancing with the Stars, somebody asked Mike Tomlin about what he thought about it. He said, let me tell you something. If it's a brain surgery contest and I have first choice, I'm taking Hines Ward.
There you go with that Jeopardy knowledge again.
So that will bring an end to the third quarter of play. It has been a wild one, and it's still close. Hillcrest 59, TF North 56. Back with the fourth quarter in a moment. You're watching the game of the week on the U.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Elite Ambulance. Explore a new exciting career and become a first responder EMT with Elite Ambulance. Sign up for classes today at emtnow.org. End of 3 here at Hillcrest. The Hawks lead it by 3, 59-56. And welcome back. Mark Kruger joined by Lisa Wumar. Lisa is the athletic director here at Hillcrest. And Lisa, first off, thank you so much for the great hospitality. Of course, it all started at 6 a.m. with the jam. They had a great time. And of course, the great game here tonight.
It's been wonderful. It's been a great experience for the kids. It's been a great exposure moment for the school. We love having you guys here.
Let me ask you about this basketball program. Year after year, it seems like you keep winning a conference championship year after year. That never gets old, does it?
It never gets old. It's always fun, and the rivalry we have with TF North is just fantastic. It's always intense, good, fun basketball.
Great senior night here tonight. Coach Houston and the job that he has done over the years here at Hillcrest.
He's been fantastic. He was our sophomore coach under Tom Capel, and he stepped up when Cap retired, and it has just been a wonderful experience. He's just a great role model for our kids, and we've got so many alumni coaching here on the program. It's fantastic.
I'm sure you have some other sports programs that you'd like to talk about, right?
I certainly would. We just had one of our bowlers, Malik Brandon, went downstate. Marquise Overstreet, a wrestler, just went downstate. Our football program's been phenomenal. Girls tennis, women's basketball. It's just a great environment to be in.
Lisa, thanks a lot once again. Boy, we should be in for a great final 8 minutes, right?
It's going to be 8 minutes of great basketball. Thank you.
All right, Jim, back over to you.
Mark, thank you. It's a 3-point lead for Hillcrest. And the foul situation, 19 fouls on TF North. So their next foul, it's double bonus time for Hillcrest. Hillcrest, 16 fouls. So the next foul they commit, it's bonus time for TF North. We've got lights out free throw shooting. We've got bloody noses, twisted ankles, three-pointers, sophomores growing up right in front of us. We got a little bit of everything in this game tonight.
So this big crowd has really got his money's worth tonight.
They're extending the 2-3 right here and trapping right over half court. Hillcrest did a good job of handling it.
Hillcrest has to win to keep their hopes for a conference championship alive. And nice drive to the bucket by Marquise Irving, and he hits it.
Well, who else will get you a big bucket when you had to have one?
Drive down the lane, switching hands, unable to hit. Fudge got fouled. He will go to the line.
Every time TF North misses a shot, it seems like Fudge has got his hands on the ball.
Well, he goes right to that offensive board as well as anybody I've seen.
That is they signaled Bowers. I believe that's number 4 on Bowers.
We got a lot of 4s out there.
It's 3 on Bowers.
Yeah, Branch 22, the sophomore post guy for TF North, got 4. Point guard Devontae Hall's got 4.
That's only the second free throw miss by TF North. Let's see, 9, 11, 13, 15, 16. They've made 14 out of 16 from the line tonight. No TF North player has missed a second free throw yet tonight. In the corner, Irving for 3. That one didn't go. Nice rebound and a great job of blocking off by Atoibe. Other end of the floor, a little out of control, and that's going to be an offensive foul.
I think he took the charge, but I think he fell a little bit before he got hit. A lot of times you don't get that call when you're falling before you get hit. Let's see if he starts falling backwards. No, maybe he took it.
I think he took it.
In my mind, that's the really hard one to call. When a guy is stationary, but he kind of braces himself a little bit, but doesn't initiate the contact.
You don't want to pick it up right there over half court against this trap. Keep the ball in the middle if you can.
Irving has a lane. He will drive, and he was grabbed on the way to the basket.
And why not?
Foul is on Booker, and that I have is Booker's 5th, and he's out of the game. So Booker becomes the first foul casualty of the game, and he may not be the last.
And he didn't get a lot of minutes tonight.
No, he was in foul trouble most of the way. Ed Harris will come back in.
What a special athlete this Irving is. He went down so hard on that ankle. You didn't think he would get up. The all-state football player, leading his basketball team to what could be their 20th victory of the year.
I mean, just think about it, guys. It's one thing to have your choice of schools, but even if you only got your choice of the Big Ten, that's pretty strong.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
He might have violated on that free throw. That thing didn't hit the rim before he crossed the line.
Stays on the board anyway, and it's a 6-point lead for Hillcrest down the lane. Nice little left-handed roll by Devontae Hall. That's pretty gutsy. He's playing with 4 fouls.
Yeah, and he had to go with the left hand to avoid the contact.
Look at the triple team come up to half court.
You always get in trouble when you triple team.
And fighting his way to the bucket is Rollins.
That's it for Branch.
Boy, that hurts. Now, that hurts if Branch if that's his 5th.
That's his 5th.
So the next guys in line are Hall with 4 fouls and Atoibe with 3.
They can't lose Hall.
Okay, now Rollins has had the most problems at the free throw line tonight in that he has missed 3 free throws, but he's 6 out of 9. Everybody else is just lighting it up.
Look pretty good there.
How would you like to be 7 of 10 from the line and you're the weak link? It's amazing. 6-point lead for Hillcrest. Yeah, that was a weird looking move. And now we get guys kind of going at it. Yeah, that is the right call.
If they call a double technical though, he's out. Is that a double?
It's got to be a double.
Black one's gone.
It is only a technical on Bowers, I think.
No, I think they said black one and white one.
Did they? You know what? That gets both. No, Bowers has 3.
Bowers has 3.
How about Hall?
But Hall is not
see
coming
what
out
happens.
of the... See, they get tangled up after the turnover. Watch. It's still coming. It's still right there. That's where the problem was.
Double tech.
No, it can't be because Hall would be out of the game.
Yeah, they don't realize it's his fifth foul. That should be his fifth foul.
Both guys.
Yeah, and now Donnie Houston's going over the table and saying that's 5 fouls.
Now they're saying, yeah, it's 5.
That's 5. So it was a double technical.
Yeah, the referee pointed at both.
And Tim Bankston is saying, no, it's only 4.
But the technical is also a personal.
Right, right.
Well, we had it 4 early.
But
so,
yeah,
right.
I mean, I had him for 5.
Yeah.
And you can see on our replay, and boy, what a great job Sean Brown has done all year with those replays. You can see the official pointed at both guys for a double technical.
Boy, it has been a long time since I've seen a team have 3 guys foul out with more than 6 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
Well, the fact that he was in the game with 5 fouls should be a technical.
So is that they just called delay on Tim Bankston?
Yes, delay of game.
Well, who's going to step up for TF North now?
Yeah, they're in a spot now. They're down by 6. They've had 3 guys foul out. And before the shot, away from the ball, we get a foul. And it is going to be, it's an offensive foul on Ed Harris.
Wow. And Tim Bankston is not happy.
That was away from the basketball underneath the basket. And boy, Tim Bankston is not a happy man.
Drive to the basket, and going to the hoop was Rollins.
Offensive foul.
And he got an offensive foul.
Yeah, Bird just stepped in and took it.
Here it is again. Now watch Rollins. He's going to the basket. Boy, what a great job. That's a great, great shot by our crew. That is a wonderful shot there as Bird took the charge.
The 2 players with the most points for TF North that are still eligible are Bird with 17 and Fudge with 9.
38 fouls in this ball game.
You cannot dribble against Hillcrest. You got to pass.
Stolen away. Here come the Hawks, to coin a phrase. Off the glass, that one won't go. Knocked around, good hustle. That was Hetty that got back the rebound. Little jump stop. Robert Miles, his first bucket of the night.
Boy, Miles did a nice job curling to the basketball, Jim. I love it like that. Coach, you see the guy with curl, he gets the opening curl to the basketball and gets an easy layup.
TF North's on life support right now. They need a basket.
Julius Bird has got to be the guy, doesn't he? And that's going to be a foul on Hillcrest.
Yeah, they're trying to dribble through double teams. They got to pass the way. They got to pass the ball.
That foul is on Wright. That is his 3rd. And the Hawks have a ton of guys with 3. Only Bowers with 4.
Yeah, Hillcrest appears to be a little deeper, though, than TF North. They've been running guys in, so.
Harris gets it to fall.
Harris is giving them good minutes.
Yeah. Harris is averaging 2 points a game. He's got 2 right now, both coming from the foul line.
Harris has 6. Harris made a couple baskets. I had Harris for 6 or 7 points.
Here's the double team. And a steal.
And TF North back in it.
And that's just throwing the ball to the corner. They're a diamond press. You can't throw the ball to the corner.
Otoibe got the bucket. The foul is going to be on Marlon Bird.
Coach Bankston is telling Bird, why foul him? Yeah, I had him on the corner. He had nowhere to go.
Yeah, I think he's saying, you know, use the sideline as your friend. Get your foot over there on the sideline.
You're right, Rick. Ed Harris had 4 when we didn't know who he was because he's on the roster as number 11.
Yeah. Incognito.
Irving on the line, and he tried to help that one in, but that usually doesn't work.
Well, those were 2 big baskets right there by TF North. They were hanging by a thread. It was an 8-point game. Now they're right back in it.
And for the first time tonight, We have consecutive misses by Irving. 4-point game. TF North hanging in. Fudge flipped it into the lane, got it back. TF North has to get reorganized. So that's a great timeout by Tim Banks.
That is a great timeout because they looked really confused. It looked like they didn't know what they wanted to do.
Remember, coming up for 4 consecutive weekends starting next weekend. All the championship games of the IHSA boys and girls 1 through 4A basketball tournaments, you will see them all right here on the U. Which begs the question, gentlemen, who's the best team you saw this year, Kenny?
I got to say,
I got my answer.
Go ahead. You're ready to go.
Bloom.
4A.
I think if Bloom plays up to their potential, they got the sectional at home.
Nobody will beat them.
And even though they're coming out of a tough sectional.
Right, that's what I was going to say.
I mean, but they started the season ranked #1. They're right there again at #1. They can end the season at #1. They've the last 4 years have been pointing in this direction for Bloom. And I think they're going to have a great chance to win a state championship.
You know what? I'm going to say Bloom, too. Because, you know, when we saw them against Marion Catholic, they were on all cylinders. I didn't think anybody could beat them. So you're right. I would say Bloom.
Oddly enough, I think the wild card in all this is Curie, because we did not get a chance to see Curie play this year because they didn't get to the CPS title game, but they did win the Pontiac tournament and they beat Bloom. So, and Curie did not play all these big matchups all over the Chicagoland area like many of the top-ranked teams did. They played a quality schedule, don't get me wrong, but I think Curie is still a little bit of an unknown right now.
Well, Curry added Oak Forest, I think, tomorrow.
Yes.
That's a one-loss team. And then they got Notre Dame next week. So they had a couple games left, and they added some great competition to finish the season here.
So they'll be ready to go for the tournament. They'll be playing tournament quality teams. Hillcrest has got to get this in.
A matinee game tomorrow would be good to go see at 3 o'clock.
Up the floor, Irving explodes the basket, puts it in.
And we're looking, he goes right around the defender. He saw the defender standing there wanting to take a charge. He floats right around him.
I love that Don Houston kind of lets Irving sneak out a little bit. You know, it looks a little like cherry picking, but when he gets the ball, he's a great finisher.
He's so fast. And that should be a foul on Julius Rollins. It is, and that is his 4th. 6-point lead right now for Hillcrest, but Ed Harris, let me check that. Bird is going to go to the line. 3 out of 4 tonight. I don't know that Bird's come out of the game.
Bird's had a big game for them. Well, he did when he had bloody noses.
With the bloody nose, that's right.
Yeah.
Irving is standing over here in front of the bench, and
it's like that football play.
Right, the meteors had kind of forgotten about him, but Tim Bankston saw him, and he had to tell Fudge, look, Irving's standing in front of his bench by himself. Get back there.
Yeah, he's back there getting water.
Whatever side Irving starts on these free throws is the side they break on. Now they're going to break down the left side with a couple passes if they can and run this sideline break.
Bird missed the free throw.
And not on a missed free throw.
I think fatigue is setting in a little bit because we're seeing missed free throws all of a sudden. What a great job of just fighting his way to the basket, but unable to finish for Hillcrest.
I want to know how many rebounds Fudge has.
3-pointer, rainbow. That one was long. Ed Harris got the rebound, puts it up in the air. He'll go to the line.
I'll tell you what, there's just no quit in TF North. These guys could have given up when they had their 3rd starter foul out. These guys just don't quit.
No, there has been no quit now. You know, you talked about Tim Bankston back in 1984, state championship game against Evanston and Everett Stevens. I think he led Simeon in scoring with like 25 points.
Yeah,
and they had Ben Wilson on the team.
Well, Ben picked up like 3 really quick fouls. So they said, Tim, take control.
Well, he took control. And then he took his talents to Bradley. You know, first time we snuck Bradley in there.
Well, you know, nobody's perfect.
He must have been a high academic guy to get into Bradley.
3.5 to go. Hillcrest leading by 4 with the basketball. Irving drives, offensive foul.
And number 4.
And now Irving in danger of fouling. And now we got a bunch of Hillcrest guys on the cusp of fouling out.
Boy, now here's Irving. He's been doing this all night, getting to the paint. Boy, but that time he just knocks his man over. He's been doing a great job with that floater and pulling up. But little contact there.
Got a jump stop on that one.
Chance for a one-possession game. Harris lost his dribble, but was able to get rid of it. Marlon Bird with the basketball.
The ball. Pass and cut.
Julius Bird, and got the roll.
What a shot that was.
One possession now.
2-point game. Errant pass, Irving caught it, drives, and he'll go to the line.
How many times have we seen that? How many times have we seen Irving take the ball to the basket, get bumped?
Yeah, and he's been doing it all night. And he's a smart basketball player because he knows he's going to get contacted. And here it is, the football skills coming in to catch the high pass, but he does a wonderful job of attacking the basket.
Yeah, he gets every 50-50 ball, and then once he gets it, he's just hunting the rim.
Short.
It's his third consecutive miss and his fifth miss out of his last 7 free throws.
Could that be because of the ankle?
Well, he's a 65% free throw shooter on the year. So
see, that he did all upper body. He got no legs into that shot at all.
Well, he's 8 out of 13, so he's ahead of the curve.
I think he's shooting at his percentage.
Didn't get that one, knocked out. And
oh my God. He saved the ball and wound up in the 4th row. Kenny, I know your track skills, but I think I'd take him against you in the 100.
Nah, no way. No way. Man, I would be finished.
You know how to rev him up.
Hey, I would be finished before he got started.
You know how to rev. Oh,
good steal.
Jacoby Hetty ran over. The defender was Marlon Bird. And let's see, Bird's going to end up getting the worst of the collision and the foul.
Boy, Hetty just came out of nowhere. He came flying in.
Well, you can't float passes against Hillcrest. You gotta shoot the basketball. Everything's got to be on a line. You cannot float the ball.
You have to put some zip on the pass.
And you got to meet passes.
Now the free throw woes starting to pile up for Hillcrest late.
I think that's just because they're tired.
Well, I got to tell you, when I was looking at all the free throw percentages for both teams, neither team shot free throws well percentage-wise coming into the game.
No, and that's why it was so odd the way they were hitting everything the first 3 quarters of the game. Under 3 minutes to go, and it's a 3-point lead for Hillcrest. They really start to pressure the basketball. Marlon Bird open, takes it, makes it.
Marlon Bird's been great from that spot all night.
Marlon averages 5.5 a game. He's got 10. People are stepping up all over the place in this game. Three-pointer, Irving didn't get it. What a rebound by Rollins, goes up, couldn't get it. That should be TF North ball, and it is.
Well, now, with 2:27 to go, this may be the biggest possession of the ball game. Because TF North, they haven't had the lead.
Haven't had the lead. They've always been knocking on the door, but they haven't busted it open yet.
Bird will drive, and offensive
I don't know
foul.
about that one. Looked like he was sideways a little bit.
Here it is again. Let's see. Okay, now here's Bird taking off towards the basket. Here's your contact. Boy, it's close.
I'll tell you where TF North is going to run into problems. If they stay behind and they have to foul to try and stop the clock, they're going to have guys fouling out all over the place. Another chance for TF North to take the lead. They turn it over.
Big possession here for Hillcrest.
They lead by 1 with under 2 minutes to go. Rollins gets fouled.
There have not been a lot of three-point field goals made in this game. Houston has 3. Does Irving have 1? I don't remember 1. I don't remember 1 3 for TF North.
Do we have a? We're gonna have a sub here that a foul.
Marlon Bird is out. He just committed his 5th foul.
So that's 4 players to foul out for TF North.
Toby Akindele comes into the game for the first time tonight. Rollins tries to get the English to get it in, could not hit it.
This is where coaches get old fast. how many opportunities that they had to extend the lead, and how many opportunities that TF North had to get the lead.
So it's a 2-point
That was a
lead.
violation.
It's a violation.
He was out of bounds. That was a violation.
That was a violation.
Yeah, it missed. He was over the end line, and
Donnie Houston's all over it, didn't get the call. Can TF North run it down? They're running out of guys.
they don't want overtime. I'll tell you that.
Julius Bird, what a play to Fudge! Tied at 71. Nearly stolen away at midcourt, and it is.
Oh,
what a block!
What a block!
Minute 18 to go.
Oh, out of bounds. Wow.
And Hillcrest turns it over.
Wow.
Watch this block. Finally, TF North has a chance to take the lead.
And look at this hustle. Right into your living room. Not here tonight. Welcome to the block party at Hillcrest.
Akindelli thought he had a clear path to the basket, and instead the door was closed by Robert Miles. All right, let's take a look at our players of the game. And our players of the game are brought to you by Elite Ambulance. First of all, for TF North, we're going to go with Julius Bird. He has been the glue tonight for this team. 19 points so far in the contest, 7 out of 10 from the field, also has 8 rebounds to go along with it. Meanwhile, on the other side, we're sentimental guys. So on senior night for Hillcrest, we're going to go with the only senior they have. Jaden Houston has 3 3-pointers in the game, including 2 consecutive at one point in the first half. Jaden Houston with 11 points, our player of the game for Hillcrest, and the players of the game are brought to you by Elite Ambulance.
And when you're talking about players, he is a player, because when he got introduced for his senior night, he ran out, got a big sign, and got himself a date. So he's been a player on multiple ways.
By the way, Rick,
multidimensional.
I don't know if you noticed it at halftime, but during the cheerleader routine at halftime, another young man from Hillcrest was able to arrange his date for prom. There you go.
Let's make this moment
there we go.
for life.
He was a player.
Prom, Rick, not turnabout.
Prom. Little early.
1:12 to go. Hillcrest pressuring in the backcourt.
Oh, my.
Steal at midcourt. Rollins to the bracket. He couldn't get the basket, but he'll get fouled. But he has missed 1 out of his last 2.
Boy, that's a tough spot to put the guy that just got in the game, give him the ball against the double team.
Boy, they just can't get over the hump.
Well,
Akindelli with the foul.
They got 4 guys sitting on the bench with 5 fouls. A lot of these guys probably haven't been in this spot ever.
Don't tell me how many you made. Tell me when you made them. He's made 2 in a row.
Tell me when you make them.
This is when coaches are asking their assistants, how many timeouts do we have? Which way is it on a jump ball? They want to have all the information. They want to let their kids know in case they get into trouble with the basketball.
TF North basketball down by 1 after the free throw missed by Rollins.
And they have to be strong with the basketball.
Well, they can't dribble through this press. Got to pass your way through this press. There you go. Look down. You got a layup. Oh, my.
Ed Harris into the front court. Under a minute to go. Harris, spin move. Couldn't hit it. Rebound by Fudge. And Ed Harris puts TF North up by 1.
And it was Fudge again with the offensive rebound. That's traveling.
Rollins traveled. No foul call.
That's the worst call I've seen all year. That's the worst call I've seen all year.
Kenny.
Oh my God. That's the worst call I've seen all year. And I've been to at least, 85 basketball games this season?
Hey, but I'll tell you what, this is a tough game to officiate.
You know what? Give him cab fare. Give him cab fare. Give him cab fare.
And the foul was actually on Fudge, not on Julius Bird. 2 clutch free throws.
Don't dribble through the press.
1-point lead for Hillcrest. Timeout called by TF North with 35 to go.
Yeah, they couldn't get the ball in. They had trouble getting the ball in.
Well, this is where I don't like putting all my guys on one side of the floor like TF North is doing.
Yeah.
I'd have my guards at the free throw line and my big guys on the half-court line breaking pressure when they need to.
Yeah, give them some room to move. You put them all on the same side. They're together. There's nowhere to move, nowhere to go. Well, you have to give TF North credit. They had 4 guys foul out. They just would not quit.
Can they get over the hump in what has been a relatively frustrating season for TF North? They get a chance here to maybe get a huge upset win, knock Hillcrest out of the fight for a conference championship, and the coaches for TF North now are trying to figure out if they can run the baseline.
They can.
It was a made free throw. They can run the baseline.
You think about this. In the last 30 years, Hillcrest has won 29 conference championships. And again this year, they have to win this to keep their hopes alive. How many times do you think they've been in this situation with 2 games to go in those last 30 years?
So here we go. Job number 1 is get the ball inbounds. Job number 2 is try to deal with the press that Hillcrest has been putting on.
And job number 3 is to keep Fudge off the offensive boards in case TF North takes a shot, because he's gotten every offensive rebound.
They get it in. Now they have to get it into the front court. Bird into the front court. Lost the basketball. Had it knocked away from behind. He was fouled by Marquise Irving. And Irving is out of the game. No, check that. They're going to call the foul on Rollins.
Rollins?
And Rollins is out.
Here it is again. Boy, they have been having a lot of trouble with the basketball.
Yeah, that's the right call.
That's the right call.
Yeah, that's exactly the right call. So now, Julius Bird on the line. He's missed 2 out of his last 3. He's 4 out of 6 on the night. He needs both to give them the lead.
Well, if he makes the first one, I call a timeout and try to freeze him.
Still a lot of time left, and Bird's only a 62% free throw shooter on the year.
He missed his last free throw. You are what your record says you are.
Kid's had a great game, though. I hope he knocks this one in and it goes down to the wire.
We are tied at 74. 30 seconds left.
Tie ball game, just under 30 seconds remaining.
Knocked out of bounds. Hillcrest basketball, 21 seconds left.
Boy, that was a tough pass.
Fudge came out of nowhere. So who do you go to if you're Hillcrest right now? Got to wait for the last shot.
I think I go with number 2.
I don't think the first shot's going to beat you. I think it's going to be the rebound, if anything.
Javery Johnson with the basketball for Hillcrest. He's letting the clock run down. TF North is letting the clock run. Players, Donnie Houston wanted a timeout, and his players were saying, no, we're fine, we're fine.
So he wanted to get the play going at 10. So now you're at 8.4, and so he was saying, move. He was waving his guy saying, let's go, and they were standing back. So he called for a timeout. He wanted to get the play going at 10.
By the way, TF North has the possession arrow.
I still say Irvin has been the guy you've been dancing with all night. Hey, I got to go with Irvin.
I got to put his son back in the game, though, as a perimeter threat. He's the only guy that's knocked down 3-point shots, and it's going to be hard to get inside with 8 seconds to go.
Yeah, Irving's points have mainly come on drives to the basket. He struggled a little bit shooting from the outside. But on the other hand, Irving's my best athlete.
Yeah, I think Wright's going to have the ball in his hand. He's going to make a decision what to do. He's been a 3-year starter at point guard.
Johnson will inbound. Wright with the basketball. Here's Irving. Irving looking on the low block. Irving with 3 seconds to go. Spins, puts it up. Good! Game over. Hillcrest wins it. 76-74.
No surprise who made the final shot. That was a big-time move. Took on 3 guys, took on the whole team. Is that like his 95-yard football run?
Except it counted.
I told you, you got to put the ball in number 2 Urban's hands. Hey, Rick, you got to listen to me. Here it is again. He's the best player. He decides what's going to happen. The spin move. We've been doing this all night. The floater. The bank is open here at Hillcrest. Game, set, match. Good night.
He took on all 5 of them.
Yep. Well, he was the one that was supposed to do it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, he's been the best player on the floor tonight. You dance with the lady you take to the disco. He's the disco king tonight.
You know what, guys? Certain kids, and we see them all the time, are just winners. Just know how to get the job done in a pressure situation. He's one of the best running backs in the state, great athlete, and when it came time to deliver, Marquise Irving delivers the margin. Hillcrest stays alive for a South Suburban Blue Conference title. They will play Oak Forest next Friday night. Hillcrest wins it tonight by a final score of 76-74. So our coverage of basketball continues with the IHSA tournament starting next weekend. But this is our final time to be with you tonight. We've had a great season. Last time for Mark Kruger, Rick Malnati, Kenny McReynolds, our entire crew here at the U. Thank you so much for joining us all season long. What a finish to our season. Hillcrest wins it over TF North 76-74 on the game of the week on the U.
And we go out with a bang.